RCA wants you to see the right color. Sunrise over the Grand Canyon. Does your television capture the color in all its intensity, in all its subtlety? Does it automatically show you the right shades of color? If not, wait till you see Color Track 1980. Color Track 1980. With 8 automatic color systems designed to lock even subtle shades of color on track. RCA is making television better and better.
I was thinking about buying one of those new compacts. $4,700. Or maybe a little import. Over $5,700. But then I had a better idea. Ford Fairmont. As much as $1,300 less with lots of standard features. 5-passenger room for the family. Great gas mileage.
The kind you need today.
And handsome styling.
Every minute of every working day, someone chooses Fairmont's remarkable combination of values. Sedans, wagons, Futuras, America's proven value.
There's Phil Simms, number 11, the number 1 draft pick of the Giants, along with Randy Dean, the backup quarterback out of Northwestern.
You know that O.J. Anderson and Alexander were both available when the Giants took Simms?
Here we go on the first running play from the 9-yard line. Brian Kelly making the tackle on Anderson. Bud Wilkinson, Dwayne Putman, who last year was the offensive line coach for the Philadelphia Eagles.
There's Anderson. He was actually selected after the Giants took Simms. Now, Simms is going to wait a year or so, but doesn't it make your team that's playing now feel like they're expendable? Well, go ahead, you guys, and fill in for a year or so, and we'll catch you later.
Second down, 8, a pickup of 2 by Anderson. A give to Wayne Morris. He comes out of there to the 25, 26, 27-yard line. Brad Van Pelt eventually caught up with him. Morris, kind of cat quick, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, we're from behind the Giant defense. Let's watch the blocking now. Bob Young to the right, straightens up, takes McCoy outside. That's a real battle. Carson gets sort of stripped as somebody was glued on his back. And I'll tell you, I like Wayne Morris. He's a very fine football player. Not too exciting, but steady.
Very, very steady. He had 123 yards against Washington last year. The only man to go over 100 yards for St. Louis all year long. And right now, St. Louis is mixed up, and they're going to have to call for a timeout. Little mix-up in there, and so with 8:21 to go in the third quarter, Jim Hart uses his first timeout. We come back, it'll be a first down.
More super values from Sears. The great menswear buys start here with the value dress shirt. Now just $6.99. You save $2. But don't stop there. Save $30 on this 4-piece vested suit. Now just $89. The coat, reversible vest, and 2 slacks make 6 great outfits. The value dress shirt and this 4-piece vested suit. Super looks, super values. Sears, where America shops for value.
The key's supposed to be under the steps.
I got it. Hey, here's a note. Gentlemen, my country estate is at your disposal. There might even be a little something in the refrigerator. Regards, Hank.
Let it be low and brown.
Low and brown.
When you want the taste of a truly great American beer, tonight, let it be low and brow.
Here's the Hank. Wherever he is.
Low and brown.
Following the game, CBS Sports presents live coverage of the finals of the U.S. Open Tennis Championships. You'll say you saw it on CBS Sports.
The men's and women's final at the U.S. Open Tennis Championship. From Flushing Meadow, you're looking in the background there to Mel Gray, who's out with a hamstring problem. He has only 10 touchdown catches in his career against the Giants.
But he hasn't scored against them in 4 years.
He also got a 74-yarder last year that didn't go for a touchdown. Here's Hart on first down. He has Otis Anderson wide open. And Anderson has a first down catch to the Giant 43. Van Pelt made the tackle. Did he get open on that play?
I'm telling you, he is so fast. He was open the minute he hit the linebackers. Number 32 just cruises. And he looks like he's on urethane wheels. He looks like he's skating. He'll walk it off.
Getting up.
Walk it off. Don't even touch it.
He has 67 yards rushing.
He's also got $1.3 million for what, 5 years?
That was a 20-yard pass, 28-yard pass completion.
Watch the right part of your screen. Now watch 32 swing and get right by Carson's hip, and it's all over now. Hart could have thrown it now. 32 is steaming. Talk about a hot item. I'll tell you, he can play.
Like the way he caught that ball in his hands, too, showing the very good hands. The 28-yard pickup to the 44-yard line.
Where else do you catch the ball? You don't catch it with your helmet? Or
The good hands of Otis Anderson. Touche from the 44-yard line. The man who just come in is Thomas Lott, and he picks up where he left off. That ball is a loose football, and it's out of bounds. It'll be the Cardinals' ball as Ray Rhodes couldn't come up with it before he kicked it out of bounds, and that's a break for St. Louis.
Was the ball ever out of bounds? I never saw the ball go out of bounds. I saw everybody else go out of bounds. Here he is. Here's the quarterback. Boy, he's a good one. Mendenhall is going after the ball again. He's caused a couple of fumbles already. All right, let's see if the ball goes out or the players go out. Yep. It's on the line. It's out.
Very close. Lott is the type of guy who hasn't played a lot, but every time he comes in, he does something. It's impressive.
And you know, if he lasts a year or so, he's going to be a good running halfback. It's a little different.
Gain of 6 on that play. Hart, play action. He's got Al Chandler. Chandler should have had that one as Beasley Reese hitting, but Chandler not hanging on to the football.
Beasley Reese can really stick you, and number 28 got up and cleaned off to make sure that everybody knew he didn't do anything against the rules. Chandler just lets this one go on through. Here's the fake inside. The sneak back by the tight end. He went behind the official, which scrapes off one player. That ball is just, it's not catchable. It's very hard to avoid catching it.
Jim Childs is in the lineup, and we just noticed a moment ago that Dave Stieff went into the dressing room. He sustained an injury. They're down now to 2 wide receivers as both Gray and Stieff momentarily shell. Childs, second-year man, along with Tilley, the wide receivers. Anderson carries the ball inside the 35 to the 34. That should be a first down as Mike McCoy on that 3rd and 4 made the tackle.
Gary, were you sort of impressed with the quotes by this young man after having 193 on opening day? What were some of the things he said?
He said, I'm just trying to make a name for myself. I had a super job from the offensive line. I mean, he is a good kid. He and Theodis Brown are good buddies and good citizens.
Well, you know what I liked was that when Otis says that I still have a lot to learn, I made a couple of mistakes blocking, but I'm going to work on it. I like the attitude.
I'm premature in that evaluation. They didn't get the first down.
Hart is 5 for 15. Again, who is calling most of the plays? We have been told that Hart calls his own game plan, but sometimes Bud Wilkinson and company help him.
They'll overrule or they'll confide together. Chicago leading Minnesota. The Bears could be 2-0 in the early going. So it's 4th down. They are short, and it's a 4th down, less than a yard to go. A give to Theodis Brown, and as he hit.
Carson. Must have been Carson over the top.
Boy, did he get stuck that time, but I believe he got it, Tom. That's twice he's picked up big yards on 2 4th down.
But Theodis is a rookie. He will know now the sound of thunder. Watch this now. From behind the Cardinals, look at that contact. Oh, that was Lloyd and Carson. It looked like he might have made the first, huh?
I said that earlier and I was wrong. I think I'm right this time. It is a first down.
Boy, expensive way to get it. You arouse one rookie fullback.
Well, he got it on that 4th down goal. Now he's come back to do it again, and at the 34-yard line, and with 6:50 going in the 3rd quarter, the Cardinals trying to get a little breathing room in this game. They lead by 7. Childs and Tilley, the wide receivers. Steve shaken up. Gray not expected to play. Hart. Jim Childs, far side, inside the 30, and he makes a pretty good move, getting the ball to the 26-yard line before Ray Rhodes over there to make the stop. Hart throwing the ball much more effectively.
A little better. Again, he's throwing the short ones better. Nobody could airmail the ball better than Jimmy Hart, over the last 8 or 9 years of the 14. I just don't think he's thrown the deep ball with that same sure feeling that he's always had.
There's the statistics, 2nd and 3, a pickup of 7. Childs last year had only 4 catches, but he was out after having stomach surgery after the first 8 games of 1978, but they like him. Childs and Steve, last year's rookies, played very effectively at wide receiver. There's Anderson. Somehow he got out of the grasp of Ernie Jones, but he still didn't get anything on the play.
Ernie Jones vaulted right through, now maybe over the center. He might have gone over Brahaney. Let's see where he comes from. That's Carson there. Oh, he went right through the gap. Morris didn't have a chance to even block him. He came by him so fast. You know when the first safety blitz was? Joe Kuharic's Washington team ran it in 1954 by accident. Vic Janowitz just did it on his own, sort of, with Joe saying, go ahead.
Then a guy by the name of Larry Wilson perfected it, right?
That's right.
3rd and 5 from the 28-yard line. Hart's a little bit of trouble. And at the 32-yard line, he goes down. That was Ray Oldham, a former Baltimore Colt and most recently Pittsburgh Steeler drop. Gary Jeter putting on good pressure.
He got a sack last week against Jaworski, number 25. He usually comes from the outside on this. See if you can pick him up. Here he comes around the corner, and he gets in on a Jeter making some of the play, too.
And now we're going to have a 49-yard field goal attempt by Mike Wood, who attempted a 60-yarder and just missed it. We have a man short. Bob Young comes into the picture. A little late in getting there. They have 8 seconds to get this up before the delay of game. 49-yard attempt. Worley holding. The kick by Wood is on the way, and it's going to veer to the left. Wood not able to connect. Wood coming into this game and attempted only 1 in the regular season of play, and that was a 60-yarder of a week ago. And so the Giants are able to keep the Cardinals from capitalizing on the drive. We'll be back in a moment.
If we could take you through the plant to show you what is new and let you see what's going on and watch the things we do. If you could see the cars and trucks we're working on for you, you'd say incredible. Ford, that's incredible.
Introducing the Incredible Ford Factory Tour. Come and see the incredible things we're doing to produce a new generation of more fuel-efficient cars and trucks.
If you could see tomorrow the way it looks to us today, you'd say incredible. Ford, that's incredible.
To take the Incredible Ford Factory Tour, write us for information.
Gary Bender with Tom Brookshire. It is shirt sleeve weather, isn't it?
Yes, perfect. Great day for a picnic at the Meadowlands here.
From the 32-yard line, the Giants have the football after a missed 49-yard field goal by Mike Wood. Emery Moorhead and Doug Coder, the running backs, behind Pisarcik. In motion comes Perkins, who's in the game, and here comes Moorhead. Moorhead across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Let's check some action throughout the league. Look at Buffalo, would you?
Well, we saw them beat the Giants a year ago, and I thought if they got a couple of players, that's what it was going to be. Roland Hooks, the backup tailback, behind Miller, scored on a 32-yard run. Wow.
They gave Miami a battle last week, and Baltimore leading Tampa Bay.
Yep, Doug Williams hit Isaac Higgins for a touchdown, and Tampa finally gets into the double digits.
Greg Landry starting in that game, by the way, for Baltimore. He had a touchdown pass early in the game. Back to throw, Pisarcik, near side. Perkins, the intended receiver. Check that, Dwight Scales, number 88. Scales is a guy they picked up from Los Angeles.
Good speed, excellent speed, like 4.4, 4.35. The great experiment is Moorhead, number 30, because he was a receiver, and they asked him if he'd like to move back and be a running back, and he's given it a good shot. Whether or not you can do that in one preseason training camp and then be thrown into this league, I don't know.
New England is really pouring it on the Jets, aren't they?
They can pour it on to anybody, but I thought the Jets were going to be a little bit more solid than that.
Tom Owen threw a 14-yard touchdown pass. 3rd down, 6. Sarchik almost intercepted by Perry Smith. The intended man was Scales, but he didn't get there.
That was a wild dance because defensive backs on Saturday nights, they dream about this. The ball has just zipped right to him. Now watch Perry. He'll do a little Spanish fandango right here. Oh, man, you worry about that one. Watch this. He wants that one back, huh?
Last year, Perry Smith had 3 interceptions in one game as a safety, the game against Detroit. Dave Jennings coming up. Thomas Lott, and Lott makes the fair catch at the 28-yard line. You can see the bodies flying around on the field. These teams have really teed off on each other. And from the 29 now, the Cardinals with a 21-14 lead. And there's 3:43 left to be played in the third quarter. A year ago, the Giants had some disastrous times in the fourth quarter. They were not a good fourth quarter club.
Well, they were a little thin.
Well, it is a beautiful day. Look at that, going to get a suntan.
I told you, they think the Kiss concert was here. Instead, the Giants have played a whale of a football game. Let's watch Bob Young working against Big Mike McCoy in that line a little bit now this series, all right?
Hard on the first down, Anderson. He's got the corner. 35, and he's out to the 37-yard line. 8 yards just like that.
Watch Martin shake his head, number 75. Anderson got outside him so fast with no blocking. He doesn't understand how he got there. Now watch this. George can play. Watch the left part of your screen. Just boom. All of a sudden dip. It's not even a chance to miss him. You can't teach that. That's blinding speed, they call it, I think.
They gave him 9 yards on the play, 2nd and 1. He's fast approaching another big afternoon. He has 76 yards on 22 carries. There he goes again. And he's got the first down. And look at the leg drive.
He's got everybody in the league now wanting to hit him until they do. And then they say, you know, he is a good back.
Well, he's shaking off that bump a while ago. The thing they told me about Anderson is he just doesn't want to go into that training room. He'll play with an injury. When he was at Miami, he missed only 2 practice days in 4 years.
My heavens.
So he's had the ability to shake off the bumps and bruises.
Now watch Bob Young, number 64, 281 against Mike McCoy, who might be an even ton. You're talking about 2 sumo wrestlers working on the line of scrimmage. We'll watch them a little bit here.
First down with 2:23 to go in this third quarter. That's Dave Stief, who's back in now, so he's okay in motion. Pat Tilley to the 45, 50-yard line, and he's a yard short of the first down. Tilley, who had 62 catches a year ago for St. Louis.
Good play. This is like getting your great 12-cylinder machine working on all of them. Watch the way the screen forms to the left. Wortman's out in front, number 62. You'll see very good execution here. Tilley very easily takes it, doesn't rush it. Good block by the tackle. And only Kelly's good range really keeps this from being a big gamer.
Second down, a yard to go. 56, Tim Carney catching a breather. Roger Worley, 22. Second down, a yard just across the 50-yard line. Oh, wait a minute, that's Wortman. Wortman and Gary Jeter going after each other.
Wortman jumped, but did Jeter do it first? Let's see. Aha, number 62.
Keith Wortman, the most improved lineman of a year ago. He chased Roger Finney out of a job. Eventually, Finney was traded to New Orleans, and Wortman was a 10th round draft pick for the Packers and came to St. Louis and gained 40 pounds.
Offense, number 62. Second down.
Pretty good football genetics, though. Coming from Nebraska, he played with Osborne's team out there that turned out nothing but stud horses.
There's the stats on Anderson, as we mentioned. There's only been 3 rookie running backs in the NFL with 2 consecutive 100-yard games. One of those was Earl Campbell. The other is Alan Amici. And you know the third guy.
Sally Toth.
Here's Hart. Off to Wayne Morris. Morris to the 50, 45, and Morris to the 40-yard line for the first down. John Mendenhall over to make the tackle.
What a hustling tackle. I just started to say, from your defensive left tackle position to pull down the fullback on a screen from behind is pretty good effort. You know, Alan Amici came into this league and had about 600 yards after 3 weeks. And he told me that they interviewed him and said, how do you like this league? And he laughingly said, I get hit harder in the Big Ten than this. And he said he barely got another yard the rest of the year. So you got to be careful.
16-yard pickup on that play to Wayne Morris, just short of the 40-yard line. Here's Anderson. Wow. Anderson's got the corner, 35, 30, and out of bounds, and that may be another first down. Wow. Ray Rhodes, and I would say the Cardinal offense now is looking pretty impressive.
What a run, though. Brian Kelly steps right into the hole, and has 32 nailed. Now watch what happens to 55, to the right of your screen. He steps right up, penetrates. He's right there. There's nobody there. It's already been pulled back. He runs like he's on sort of on his heels a little bit, shuffles, and he's strong.
It's a good point you bring up. Mel Gray has labeled him Scooter because he does run on the heels like that.
Scooter, that's not bad. That may stick.
1:24 left to go, third quarter, as we have a first down. Hart back. Jeter giving chase. Wide open. Chandler. Touchdown. Al Chandler, who dropped one earlier, kind of redeemed himself on that one, didn't he?
Chandler was open the minute he broke away from the line of scrimmage. It looked like that young Giant secondary sort of split and zoned to both outside positions.
He's shaking up on the play.
He sure is. He's got something in the lower leg area.
He scored last week against Dallas on a touchdown catch.
Watch the left part of your screen now. Hart doesn't see him for a minute, but Hart looks to the left corner and he sees Tilley is sort of covered. And now he says, hey, look at this. Number 87 is free and clear. And I mean the zone, there's no way it can collapse back and make the move.
Good for 28 yards and a touchdown. Wood with a point after. The Cardinals really showing some diversification on that last drive. They've opened it up. Worley to hold, Wood to kick. And Wood is, wait a minute, no good. It's off to the right. He missed it. Mike Woods shot that time, veering to the right. And with 1:18 to go in the third quarter, that might leave the door open to the New York Giants, who now trail in this game 27-14. Let's go back on that last play.
Tilley now up the right sidelines. I'm sorry, I thought he was on the left side. That was probably Steve that was over there. Tilley was open too, but that's maybe after the safety man deserted and ran for the tight end who had gotten exposure.
And Al Chandler last year caught only 16 passes, but he had 4 touchdown catches, and he has 2 touchdown catches in the first 2 games. Don't forget, we'll be switching to Pat Summerall and Tony Trabert for the U.S. Open. Well, I'm looking forward to that.
Gary Linus, huh? And against McEnroe. Like we said, McEnroe, if he played football, would be a middle linebacker. He is a tough, mean, salty little dude, isn't he?
Steve Little will kick off.
No comment, huh? You won't mention that.
I'm not going to get into that.
All right.
A wedge all set up, as you can see a moment ago. Tony Green at the 5-yard line. And we have a reverse, and it's not going to work because Will Harrell dropped Billy Taylor almost the moment he got the football. That didn't fool anybody. So Ray Perkins trying to pull something out here, and Willard Harrell had second thoughts about it. He stopped him in a hurry.
Special teams, how important are they, huh? They're very important. It was that kickoff, you know, by Harrell that actually got that go-ahead touchdown. Here's the handoff. Pretty well executed. It's like Custer calling for the people to circle up the wagons a little bit.
From the 12 now, the Giants not the field position they'd like to have with 1:09 left in the third quarter. Masarchik back. Far side is Coder. Coder is getting some traffic over in his area. Roger Worley was there first. Tim Carney. That play didn't develop well at all.
Oh, a little bit of action there too. Coder and Carney.
There's Eric Williams trying to keep Carney away from him. Tim, a real competitor.
Oh, yes.
I'll tell you, there's been some bad blood in this game all game long. It seems to be resurrected time and time again.
But I'll tell you, it makes it a lot better to play against a team that you really don't like. Because as long as you're going to have to hit somebody, you might as well not like them at least for 3 hours. It's an old philosophy that Genghis Khan, I think, came up with.
They've told me about you guys that played back in the 50s and 60s. What did they say?
Said a lot of things.
So it's going to bring up now. Second down, 9, and here comes Coder again. That didn't get much. Maybe to the 14-yard line. Will bring up a third down. Fans here a little unruly right now after their team jumped up on top 14-0. It's been a complete reversal since that time.
Now, would this be a time for Sims to get some action? If you're going to mature as a quarterback, you can't do it over there carrying a clipboard.
Well, they tell us that Randy Dean would come in next, but that's a good question. Coder, by the way, has only gained 19 yards on 6 carries. He's had to work for all of it. 3rd and 7. Big tight end is picked up by Kenny Stone. Stone is going to make it to the 12-yard line. Ken Stone, who a year ago had 9 interceptions, leading the NFC, gets his first of 1979.
He's keeping the ball, too. He admitted that last week's option pass was the one that beat him for the touchdown against Dallas. This ball is overthrown just a little bit. Just can't quite hang on to it. And Stone does the little shifting of his own in gears there and makes a good run back. From Vanderbilt, I believe.
Yes, sir, and he is the kind of guy that has found a home at free safety, and you can see he kept the football. 9 interceptions, and interestingly enough, he didn't play all the games last year. He missed the last 2 because of a back injury. The pass was intended for Cleveland Jackson, the rookie tight end, but it was too tall for him. On the first down, Thomas Lott. For a quarterback, he doesn't run too badly, does he?
Well, he always ran well for Oklahoma.
There's Pisarcik explaining what happened on that interception to Ray Perkins as the 3rd quarter has ended. The end of the 3rd quarter with the score. St. Louis 27, the New York Giants 14. We now pause for a word from your local station.
This fall, meet 2 aspiring janitors, 2 brothers who will bumble, stumble, and fumble their way into your hearts. Michael Keaton and Jim Belushi are 2 working stiffs. Saturdays.
This is CBS.
That's Dwight Scales of the Giants. Immediately behind him is Coach Ray Perkins.
Well, I like his style. Tries a reverse on the kickoff. Right now, the horses aren't here, but when he gets the right people in the traces, I think the guy has a good imaginative style of football. I like it.
We start the 4th quarter. 2nd down and 6 on the 8-yard line of New York. Anderson, by the way, has 91 yards rushing now, and a mix-up on this play. Like Joe Bostic, 71, fired off. We've got Bostic and Collins playing in that offensive line now. Collins, a 2nd-year man out of Georgia. Bostic, the rookie from Clemson, as Deerdorf has been hurt along with Steve.
There he is. He's wearing the headset himself. The good young coaches, the Vermeils, they wear that headset, and they are the ones responsible. And I really like this young guy's act.
False start. Offense, number 66.
That's
2nd
Collins.
down.
That's George Collins. 4th-round draft pick a year ago. He's an All-American selection at Georgia. They're getting some playing time, and I don't think they expected to play this much. The injuries have precipitated that. There's Gary Parrish, number 89, jumping in the tight end spot. 2nd down, 11. Hart. Boy, did he zing that football as Dave Steef, the intended receiver.
I thought he threw a sinker. That ball was not easy to catch. I'm not saying Steve shouldn't have caught it, but watch this. Jimmy looked like he's forcing that throw a little bit. Let's check it. Man, I'm telling you, that ball is sinking it fast. That would stick on your chest. You'd take it home whether you like to or not.
Catch that one whether you want to or not.
Boy.
And now from the 13, it's 3rd and 11. Cardinals leading 27-14. Hart back. Protection is excellent. He throws intended on the far side for Paris, the tight end. Beasley Reese defending on the play. Paris playing in place of Chandler, who was shaken up on that touchdown catch, and that'll bring up 4th down, and Wood will come in with a field goal attempt.
Really good coverage by Reese all day, really, except perhaps somebody did make a mental error on that last touchdown.
Hey, what about this? Washington last week lost a lead, and they're doing it again.
Who's playing quarterback for Detroit? Comlo? The young man from Delaware just hit Freddie Scott with a 24-yarder.
30-yard field goal attempt by Wood, and it's not going to make it. It might have been partially blocked, or he didn't get it up. And so Wood has missed one now from 30 yards. Earlier missed one from 49 yards. And the Cardinals still haven't put away this New York Giant football team. Roy Simmons, we believe, got a hand on this. Let's look at it as we go away for this break.
Gentlemen, tonight we're brought together here by 2 dudes we all love. Good food and light beer from Miller. I want to tell you, I want to take this
Rodney,
opportunity
give me the
myself
carrots.
to tell you. Look, I tell you, I don't get no respect.
Garçon, je dis saignant. Si elle est pas saignante,
Sounds good, but
what
is it? Meatloaf sandwich and a light.
Gentlemen, as we all know and appreciate, light has 1/3 less calories than a regular beer, and it's less filling.
But the best thing is it tastes great.
Less filling.
Gentlemen.
Hey, Deacon, pass the roll. Hey, Charlie, that's my beer.
No, this is by your broccoli. This is my broccoli.
That's my beer.
What's wrong with you guys?
Hey, Bubba, you want the peas?
Ooh, hey, you gonna eat all that?
Just showing off.
Gentlemen, in closing, I'd like to think I speak for all of us when I say if it wasn't for light, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Hey, you big pound.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Joe Pisarcik, who's 11 for 23 for 93 yards and 1 interception.
You think Roy Simmons, number 69, may have been the one to get a hand on that field goal?
Well, we looked at the replay while we were away. It's very tough to see. But Pisarcik having to play some catch-up football. And he comes out throwing, and he completes his pass in a hurry. Tim Carney. Eric Williams stopping Cleveland Jackson. This Jackson was a basketball player in Nevada, Las Vegas, as well as a football player. And when you play for the Running Rebels, you've got to be able to get around that basketball court in a hurry.
In any sport out there, they all run from casino to casino sometimes.
Jackson, 6'4", 230-pounder, 5th-round draft pick. They like him. Very versatile young player. 2nd down, 4. Pisarcik. Oh, is he hit by Steve Niels? The ball is loose. Pisarcik is hurt. It'll be an incomplete pass, but Pisarcik really took a shot from Steve Niels. Boy, this guy's tough, but that's ridiculous.
He'll get back up, but I'm telling you, he did take a shot. He tried to put the ball away at the last second. Tell you, you're not going to drive him out of here. Just
Randy Dean getting ready. He's the guy who last year directed the Giants to a win over St. Louis here in Giant Stadium.
Well, you know, you can't throw the ball sitting on your you-know-what, as they say. You've got to have blocking, and that is a blitzing linebacker that should have been picked up by somebody.
That was Steve Niels.
Better have a good fork ball if you come in relief when they're not blocking any better than that.
Boy, he's shaking it off. He is tough. That's one thing about this guy. You won't find him any tougher physically than Joe Pisarcik. He was sacked 7 times last week. 3rd down, 4 yards to go. And he's throwing under a lot of pressure. Coder, and is that going to be ruled incomplete? It is. Boy, what a hit on the far side, and the Cardinals are teeing off. That was Ken Stone who separated that ball from Coder.
Joe Pisarcik barely gets the ball off. Pretty good pass rush here. Spinning job by Pollard. The ball is thrown end over end. Woo, he almost had it long enough for a possession. That's close.
That's Carl Allen. That's not Ken Stone. Allen was the guy that hit him. Now Jennings counting to see if they have 11 men on the field.
A very effective passer, but sometimes a punter.
And he's got a kick away. Thomas Lott. And Lott brings it out to the 45-yard line. Johnny Perkins down there. Perkins with that bad ankle is figuring in a couple of pretty big plays in this game. The Cardinals are the lead, 13:49 remaining here at Giant Stadium.
I never worry about what brand name part my mechanic puts on my car. That doesn't make me a bad guy. I go to a professional mechanic I can trust, so I trust the parts he uses. He uses Mopar. It means nothing to me, but it means a lot to him. Mopar fits all American-made cars, foreign cars too, and they're used by professional mechanics all over the world. If the professional trusts Mopar, I trust Mopar. Does he make me happy? He makes it his business.
Trust your car to Mopar.
Radio Shack has slashed the price on one of our top-of-the-line stereo systems. Right now, save $310 on this impressive realistic hi-fi. You get this quality AM/FM stereo receiver, a pair of realistic tower speakers, and this precision belt drive turntable, all for only $579. A great entertainment bargain and a beautiful addition to your home. The sale-priced realistic stereo system, just $579, only at Radio Shack, a Tandy company.
Next Saturday at 4:30 Eastern, the CBS Sports Spectacular brings you action in the ring with Howard Davis. Action on the rink with top American skaters vying for national honors. Action on the road with the Italian Grand Prix. You'll say, you saw it on CBS Sports.
Howard Davis, unbeaten, and looks like going to be quite a boxer against Termite Watkins.
I hope Watkins is tough.
Also the Italian Grand Prix roller skating championships next Saturday, 4:30 Eastern.
All right, looking good.
On a first down, Anderson going wide, and he's just short of the 50-yard line as he approaches 100 yards. We'll keep you posted on that. I'm mentioning again, there's only been 3 other players ever to do that in their first 2 games in the NFL. 193 yards last week. He hasn't had the long run today, but he still has piled up that yardage.
We should also mention that the Giants are not a particularly good blitzing team, and the reason might be that they're still so new to one another they can't get
there
it together.
Yep. 94, gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
He's been hit too.
Hart gives off to Theodis Brown, and the ball separated, and the Giants have it. Mike McCoy, 79, pounced on it, along with Martin. Looked like McCoy may have jarred the ball loose, and Martin came up with the fumble recovery. Let's look and see.
First down, Giants.
Looks like a strip by Van Pelt. It's the first fumble that the Giants have recovered, but they forced 3.
Oh, the Giants are still alive in this game. They trail as they'll have it at the 50-yard line.
Boy, did I save money on this hat.
Yeah?
We smart shoppers compare prices.
Wish we could do that with our homeowners insurance.
Compare with Allstate.
Compare?
Bring in your homeowner's policy and compare rates. Odds are Allstate might save you some money.
We can save you some money.
It does pay to compare.
Oh, it sure does. Love your hat. Oh.
Hey, where'd you get the hat?
You're in good hands with Allstate.
And that's a promise from us, the good hands people.
Nancy Hamilton will cross our path 8 times today. We're S-Mark. We own the companies that supply her peanut butter and turkeys, rubber gloves, and baby nursers, fertilizer, oil filters and motor oil, gasoline. We're S-Mark, a big company with a big stake in Nancy Hamilton and in you.
Well, the Giants aren't out of this yet. The fumble recovery. The ball that got away from Theodis Brown. They have a first down at the 50-yard line, trailing 27-14. That missed point after could figure very big in this game yet. Ernest Gray in motion. Pisarcik. This is Cleveland Jackson. Jackson, the rookie out of Nevada, Las Vegas.
Well, you know, when you run out of control, sometimes you can't put the ball away. Again, rookies will do this. This ball is laid right in there. And if he lasts in the league, Jackson will make this catch. This one should have been just put away and then worry about the people later.
Hit him in the shoulder pad. There he goes, limping off.
Big Coppins, obtained from L.A., is playing left tackle.
Gary Shirk has come in at tight end, replacing Jackson. 2nd and 10. There's Pisarcik's stats for the day. A blitz again, and down he goes. Tim Carney. Pisarcik going to have a tough time getting out of bed tomorrow morning.
Well, either Neville or Van Horn have to slide over and pick up that linebacker that blitzes to the outside. Watch the left part of your screen now. Let's see where Carney comes from. He comes right off. You can see Pollard occupied at least 3 Giants. Oh, boy, that's when you want to turn in your union card.
Or quit playing dues or something. There's Carney coming off on the 41-yard line now. 3rd down, 19 yards to go. Coming after him again. And he's going to go down again. Bob Pollard there this time. Joe Pisarcik just taking a real pounding in this game. Sacked 7 times last week against Philadelphia. And here today, he's been down twice on this series.
Last year, the Giants had this man of theirs, their quarterback, sacked 28 times. But, boy, they're going for a record right now.
That's 5 sacks today. That's a lot.
Makeshift offensive line will do that.
Last year they gave up 38 for the entire season. Jennings kick, fair catch called. I thought it was, wasn't it? Yeah. Lott fair with a fair catch signal, then started to take off. And very wisely pulled up short. And so at the 28-yard line, the Cardinals with the football. They have a 27-14 lead as they try to even the record.
Some guys never learn. They're still taking it on the chin. Gotcha. Norelco offers the Norelco rotary razor. Not 1 or 2 blades, but 36 blades inside 3 adjustable floating heads and a unique shaving angle for a very close shave without a nick or cut. So say hello to the Norelco rotary razor and say goodbye to Gotcha.
Take care of your car at Kmart.
Your Kmart Automotive Center has the answer to your muffler problem. The zinc-coated, double-wrapped Kmart Arrestor muffler. Have it installed by Kmart, and if anything goes wrong, they'll replace it free, as long as you own your American-made car. The Arrestor. Zinc-coated and double-wrapped like the best. And best of all, Kmart price. Get it at Kmart Automotive Centers across the USA, where quality auto products are Kmart priced.
This young man took a summer job in this plush resort hotel, but he never expected this. It's The Last Resort, premiering Wednesdays this fall on CBS.
Ray Perkins, his team trailing 27-14 as the Giants play 4 Eastern Conference rivals in the first 4 weeks. Lost to Philadelphia last week, and that's the final now. New England, big win.
O.J. just went right straight up the middle and didn't vary. It's the first time I've seen him not think about extra yardage, but straight ahead. Watch this. Morris goes up into the hole and digs somebody out. He's a good little blocker. Look at this, straight ahead. I'm telling you.
Might add effectively, too.
The tranquilizer gun, that's the best way to stop that cat. I'll tell you, he can run.
Going to give him close to 5 yards on that play, which means he is very, very close now to 100 yards. He might be about a yard short now. We'll get it officially for you. Here he comes. And he's to the 35-yard line. Van Pelt making the stop. 101 yards. He's over 100 yards now.
Remember earlier when he really got hit and he got up with his leg and he was sort of holding his foot and everything? He stayed, went right back to the huddle, walked it off, and here he is now, like you say, going over the century.
So he's now one of 4 rookie running backs to have 2 consecutive 100-yard days. Solly Toth, Earl Campbell, and Alan Amici.
By the way, the horse went on. Amici went on to have some great years with Baltimore, but he did tell that about himself during that rookie year.
Amici had 194 yards the first game, then came back with 153 the second. And there's a ball loose, and I believe the Giants have got it. They do. And that is the second time now. The last 2 series, the Cardinals have lost the football. The Giants have got to capitalize on one of those. Let's look back at this.
Big Mike McCoy to the left of your screen, I believe, gets it. Is that Wayne Morris?
Was Wayne Morris, and that's the first fumble in a long time for him.
Giant defensive team really does hustle. Harry Carson on the bottom of that pile, too.
And so, again, the Giants with an opportunity from the 37-yard line. Pisarcik coming in to being sacked 5 times. 10.5 minutes left in this game. Pisarcik, he's downed again. A flag on the play as he is smothered at the 45. That's Pollard again, 82, and he is looking up at the sky, probably wondering why he ever started playing this game of football.
They're going to call holding. It looked like the pocket stayed together, and Davis might have been being held by one of the offensive Giants. Now, don't feel so sorry. Remember last week, the Eagles led and were running away with the game, and it took an interception in the last few seconds to pull it out. The Giants will hang tough.
Exactly right. They were down 23-3, and then with 48 seconds left, the interception sealed it away for Philadelphia.
But, I mean, that missed extra point and all, you know, you get a touchdown by some accident. It doesn't have to be predestined, you know. You get one and it's suddenly 27-21. Shoes get a little tight on defense that last series.
Holding, offense, number 78, refused. Second down.
That's Gus Coppins, the man out of UCLA who was drafted in the 12th round a year ago by Los Angeles. 6 sacks, totaling 44 yards. Second down, 17 yards to go. Back again. And over the middle is Dixon. He is separated from the ball, and Lee Nelson falls on it. They're going to rule it incomplete, however. That was Al Dixon, 84, and Masarchi got hit on that play when he released the ball.
Looked like Dawson hit him a pretty good shot. Watch number 73 now. Here's a twist, and the Cardinals are coming from a front four. You can see that, I believe it was Zook that came along behind there. I tell you, he looked like he took 2 steps with the ball. That was almost possession, wasn't it?
Mike Dawson. It's now a 3rd and 17. Sargent trying to pull it out somehow, and down he goes again. And I'll tell you right now, it's getting a little bit embarrassing now for that offensive line.
Cardinals figure that man has to throw the football to catch him, so they're just really laying the ears back and coming. They're twisting on one side. You can see a lot of holding going on. The Giants are desperate.
How about this? Washington has defeated Detroit on a 41-yard field goal by Mark Mosley with 8 seconds left in the game. 27-24.
Looks like young Comlo from Delaware may be the Lion quarterback, huh?
On a 4th down and 24. The catch is made by Lott, and Lott is going to bring it out to the 24-yard line. So the Cardinals have coughed the ball up twice. 5 fumbles, and neither time have the Giants been able to capitalize on it. But we have a flag back at the 49-yard line.
That's the old intruder downfield early, probably. Nope. Ooh.
Personal foul against New York.
That's a real nasty thing to do.
So with 9:47, the Cardinals haven't really been able to put this game away, but on the other hand,
personal
Giants haven't been able
foul,
to capitalize.
unnecessary roughness, number 30 on the kicking team, and it's refused. First down.
Emery Moorhead did something that he probably wanted to do all day and got his first chance to do it.
Giants have had some penalties against them today, haven't they?
Yeah, considering all the contact in pro football, I don't think it's nearly as violent as a lot of people that have never played the game would lead you to believe. I think it's pretty well handled.
Look at the penalty yardage there. 8 of them, 58 yards. So from the 25-yard line, Cardinals still have Joe Bostic in at that offensive tackle spot. Bob Young is back in, and Collins is still in place of Terry Steve. Hart gives up to OJ, and OJ out across the 25 to the 27. Ryan Kelly made the stop.
This might be the time when you have to be very careful, particularly with a person like Anderson, who will be very fresh with his youth and all those things, right? He could break a long one off on you now when you think the game is almost over. Do not just put in time against him. He can run early or late.
103 yards for OJ. Leading rusher coming into this game in the NFL. Steve Kelly, the wide receivers. Harris still in at tight end. Chandler, we understand, could return at tight end if they need him. This is Anderson. Anderson with a corner turn. Look out. 40, and he's out to the 43-yard line, and he made that happen in a hurry.
Oh. A high stepper, watch this, from the I formation. Hart's just going to let it develop and then just lob it. You're going to see a lot of different little maneuvers as number 32 becomes adjusted to the pro life, and he's going to make this adjustment rather easily.
13-yard pickup to the 43-yard line. First down, St. Louis. We approach 9 minutes remaining in this game. Tilley and Steve, the wide receivers. There's the stats on Jim. Much more effective than a week ago. There's Morris trying to go outside, and Morris to the 50-yard line. Ryan Kelly, who's made a lot of tackles in this game. Look at Steve Bazarkowitz, the backup quarterback to Hart.
Tackled by Kelly.
hasn't seen a lot of playing time. He did start a game last year against the New York Jets. Some of the fans think maybe they're starting to leave.
8.5 minutes, that might be premature. Perkins' team is going to be doing funny things right down to the end. They'll try anything.
Second down, 3 yards to go. Oh, firing off is Paris. Anderson carrying. Gary Paris, who was picked up after he was cut by the Cleveland Browns. Hasn't played an awful lot. Last year he was beaten out by a guy by the name of Ozzie Newsome. He's not bad.
Not a bad player. Bob Young is perhaps, he and Deerdorf symbolized what I thought the offensive feeling was around St. Louis. And Young right now is weighing like 280 something. You're looking at the right side of the line, not the left side, but this is the offsides. But with a back like Anderson, let's listen.
Offside, offense, number 89, second down.
But with a back like Anderson, a fellow like Bob Young or Deerdorf, they can play another 5 or 6 years, the big, strong guys that have somebody like him behind them.
He makes you hold that block for maybe an instant longer when you know he can do something.
Just fire out and make good contact.
Second down, 8 yards to go after the 5-yard penalty. Hart on a play action. Gets it off to Morris. Morris to the 50, to the 45-yard line, and that should be enough for a first down. And shaken up for New York at the 45. That's Mike McCoy. Looks like he hurt his arm.
I think Notre Dame was hustling to come from defensive right tackle to the sideline marker to knock him out of bounds. Mike's left center of your screen, 79. Here's the fake. They ran it to the right side a little bit earlier with the halfback. This is the fullback. Bob Young getting a good block on the outside,
and it's good enough for the first down. Tilly to the bottom of the screen. Steve split out at the top, and firing off this time is Joe Bostic. Well, they're taking turns on this right-hand side of the offensive line.
Here's big Bob Young. You talk about taking care of yourself. He is one of the world's strongest men, number 64. But he didn't make All-Pro until about the last 2 or 3 seasons, and, you know, he'd played for years.
You're right, the last 2 years. False start. You know, he was 37 years old on Monday, Labor Day.
Takes good care of himself.
Boy, they thought maybe this was going to be close, but look what they're doing to the Oilers. Green Bay defeated New Orleans, and they're even at 1-1. New Orleans has lost 2 tough ones in the early going. They play Philadelphia next week. After Philadelphia plays on a Monday night. Here is Anderson inside the 50 to the 49. Gary Jeter. Bud Wilkinson looking at the scoreboard clock. He just soon the time had elapsed, take his troops into the dressing room and get ready for next week when they play Pittsburgh.
Bud Wilkinson looks at number 32 like he's a T-bone steak. He just keeps, and you know, Bud Wilkinson, even when he was in Oklahoma, you always felt sorry for him. Even when they were winning 40 games in a row, you'd always say, gee, he looks so sad on the sidelines.
Look at the stats on the guy known as OJ. Otis Jerome is his name. Nobody's complaining that he is being called OJ in reference to OJ Simpson. He's playing like him. There's Paris. Paris over the middle. That's a first down to the 31. Caldwell made the stop. Paris with his first catch as a Cardinal. 2 years ago, he had 21 catches for Cleveland.
He's got a bad sock right now. See the sock how it falls down like that? He will be considered. Oh, there, he's going to pull it up. Now, you're big on shoes. Are you big on socks and hose and stuff, too?
18-yard pickup. Got to keep that uniform looking right. That's one of the rules this year. From the 31, a first down. Here he comes, number 32, and he's having to work hard for it. Inside the 30 to the 29, Mike McCoy. Here's Baltimore leading Tampa Bay, who impressively beat Detroit last week. It's Greg Landry doing the quarterbacking. Bert Jones having some injury problems.
This division is going to be very competitive, the NFC East. I'll tell you, Philadelphia's defense can lay it on anybody, and they're not going to back off from St. Louis or Atlanta, like you say on Monday night, or the Giants. And, of course, Dallas is a pretty good team, too.
2nd and 8. just inside the 30-yard line. 6:12 left in this one. The Cardinals playing Pittsburgh next week. Then they meet Washington in the Eastern Division. Here comes Wayne Morris, and Morris to the 25-yard line.
The Giants are really hustling on defense. And I'm not talking about hustle that doesn't, make good plays. Reese and these people have been banging people and making good tackles. They've simply been out there a long time, and the offense never was able to get it started in the second half at all.
Look at this, 51-17. Cincinnati was shut out last week, but that was a good Denver team. But Buffalo.
A lot of people thought Cincinnati would be knocking this year again, huh?
Yeah, they finished strong last year and had a good draft again, but nothing doing right now. Here comes Anderson. Looked like that play was going to develop into something bigger than it did as Brian Kelly making the tackle. Little delay up the middle. They're going to be short of the first down. It'll bring up 4th down.
We've only watched Otis for 2 weeks, but by the end of each game, even last week, it becomes a team function to stop him. Dallas got to wherever number 32 went, they collected, and just to use him as a decoy late in games that are very important, Hart's going to be able to play a pretty nifty tune.
4th down, a yard, and they bring in a full house backfield. They're going to go for it. Wood in this game has missed a couple of field goal attempts. Jim Hart going to ask for a timeout. So Hart comes over, and at the 4:47 mark, he'll discuss things with Bud Wilkinson, who last year had to wait through the first 8 games before he was able to enjoy a victory. But the way things are going right now, not going to be a repeat of 1978. There's Harry Carson going over to the Giant side of the field. Oh, that Carson is some linebacker.
Bud Wilkinson's got a good staff together, too. Rudy Feldman and, of course, Putter, our old friend Dwayne Putnam is the offensive line coach.
Picked up a new coach in Jim Sweeney, who was the coach last year in Oakland. This is something we'll be looking forward to, the U.S. Open Tennis Championship, the men's and women's finals. And I'm really looking forward to seeing that. I imagine some people try to leave the ballpark here and get over there. Huh?
Well, how old is Tracy Austin?
16.
Boy.
She won that. She'd be the youngest ever to accomplish such a feat. Miss Everett, boy, she's lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, she got married. She's having to cook probably, or do
her own cooking, huh?
Yeah.
Cardinals have 1 timeout remaining. They've elected now to go for the field goal. 40-yard attempt by Mike Wood. Worley to hold. Wood's kick didn't get up at all. And Wood is having a tough afternoon. He's 0 for 3 in that department.
Well, a lot of people said a week ago that trying a 60-yard field goal to beat